Fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot.
The glitz, the glamour, the private jets. But now, for Diddy, all of that seems like a distant memory. Why? Because instead of his Miami mansion, he's now facing a future behind bars. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy found himself on his knees in the courtroom when his staggering $50 million bail was flat out denied. What does this mean for the music mogul, and how did it get this serious? Stick around, because his new reality is far from the luxurious life he's used to. So, let's break it down. Diddy wasn't holding back. His legal team pulled out all the stops, proposing an eye-popping $50 million bail package. And this wasn't just cash. He put up his $48 million Miami mansion, threw in his private jet, and agreed to house arrest. He even offered to surrender his passport. Basically, he was ready to be a prisoner in his own home, as long as it wasn't a jail cell. And it wasn't just Diddy fighting for his freedom. His family showed up too. His mother and close relatives co-signed the deal, sending a message to the court: "We'll do whatever it takes." But none of it swayed the judge.
Sean Diddy Combs ordered to stay behind bars. His lawyers offered up his Miami home, his mother's home, as well as collateral. Also, he would forfeit his passport, but it wasn't enough to keep him out of jail until trial.
Imagine going from red carpets and private jets to a cold, cramped cell. That's the nightmare Diddy's facing right now. The once untouchable mogul was hit hard with a brutal reality check in court as his massive $50 million bail offer was denied. Why? Well, the court wasn't buying his promises, and they had more than a few reasons to keep him locked up. Diddy's team made a jaw-dropping offer: $50 million cash, a Miami mansion, his private jet, and more, all in an attempt to keep him out of jail. They even promised he'd give up his passport and be placed under strict house arrest. His mother and family signed on, doing whatever it took to get him back home. But it wasn't enough. Here's where things took a dark turn. The prosecution wasn't going to let him walk away that easily. They pulled out all the stops, digging into Diddy's past. Old messages surfaced, revealing a panicked and desperate Diddy caught on camera in a hotel with ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. The messages painted a picture of someone willing to do almost anything to stay in control. And that wasn't all. Diddy allegedly paid a hotel $50,000 to destroy security footage, an unsettling move that made the court question his trustworthiness. Diddy's wealth and influence as a threat. With so much money and influence, the court worried that Diddy could manipulate witnesses, tamper with evidence, or even buy his way out of serious trouble. It's not unheard of in high-profile cases. Just look at Epstein or Weinstein, who were both denied bail for similar reasons. The judge wasn't about to risk Diddy disappearing or using his fortune to interfere with the case. When the judge denied his bail, it was like Diddy's entire world came crashing down. Witnesses say he was visibly shaken, almost as if he'd never considered this could happen to him. Paramedics were even called in when he nearly collapsed from the shock. For a man who's been in control his whole life, this was the ultimate fall. The new reality: Diddy's life in MDC. Now, Diddy's reality couldn't be more different from the one he's used to. Gone are the designer suits and silk sheets. Instead, he's in a tiny 6x9-foot cell with nothing but a metal toilet and a thin mattress. The place he's being held, the Metropolitan Detention Center, or MDC, is notorious for its terrible conditions. Imagine going days without proper heat, shivering under a rough blanket in the dead of winter. It's a shocking transformation for someone who once lived in a $48 million mansion. Diddy's even in solitary confinement, cut off from the outside world, spending 23 hours a day alone. It's a stark contrast to the parties, the luxury, the attention. For someone as powerful as Diddy, this isolation is more than just physical. It's a mental and emotional collapse. He's trapped in a place where all the money in the world can't buy comfort or safety. Psychological impact: the fear of losing control. But beyond the walls and the isolation, the biggest blow might be the loss of control. Diddy's empire, his image, his lifestyle, all built on power and influence. And now, he's just another inmate, no different from anyone else. For someone who's used to calling the shots, this powerless state must feel like a nightmare. Every hour in that cell, he's faced with a reality he can't change, and that realization is terrifying. Industry shock, reactions from the music world. News of Diddy's courtroom collapse and jail conditions shocked the music industry. Fans and colleagues took to social media, some offering support, while others speculated, could this be the end of Diddy's reign? After all, this isn't a minor scandal. It's a serious, life-changing moment that could strip away everything he's built. So what do you think? Will Diddy find a way to survive this brutal shift, or is this the beginning of his downfall? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more on this unfolding story.